To get strong bones, you need sun. You need to be having the whole salt and dark green leafy vegetables. And there is one food that's phenomenally high in calcium, and it's in with the other minerals, so it's in a good form, and that is sesame seed. And a great way to use sesame seed is as tahini. My kids used to love tahini and honey on toast. But what most people do, unfortunately, they take things that leach the calcium. So what are the leaches? What leaches calcium out of the body is high acid foods. So that's a high carbohydrate diet, high carb, high wheat, refined sugar, and caffeine. All your caffeine drinks, coffee, tea, Coke, all of those are calcium leaches. Hello and welcome back. I'm Barbara O'Neill, and today we're focusing on a key aspect of overall well-being, bone health. As we age, maintaining strong and healthy bones becomes increasingly important to prevent fractures and support mobility. Did you know that nearly 54 million Americans are affected by osteoporosis or low bone mass? The good news is that certain vegetables can play a significant role in supporting bone health. These vegetables are packed with essential nutrients which are crucial for maintaining bone density and strength. In this lecture, we'll explore the top vegetables that can boost your bone health and provide practical tips on how to incorporate them into your diet. So let's get started. Well, what are bones made of? They're made of 12 minerals and 64 trace. What are the 12 minerals? Calcium, chromium, boron, iron, magnesium, manganese, silica, sulfur, selenium, potassium, phosphorus, and iron, and we've done iron, zinc. That's what bones are made of, and 64 trace. So what do bones need, students? Definitely not calcium supplements. That's another deception. And in the book The Calcium Lie by Dr. Robert Thompson, he talks about the calcium lie, talks about the fat lie, talks about the cholesterol lie. Whew. And when we read the Bible and realize that that great dragon, that old deceiver, the devil and Satan, which has deceived the whole world. So, it's not rocket science really, is it? What do our bones need? That. So if you've got calcium supplements, the best thing you can do with them is put them in the bin. Do you call it a bin? In America they call it a trash can. I just want to be really clear here. Trash. Rubbish. Rubbish, yeah. In fact, in the book The Calcium Lie, Dr. Robert Thompson, he actually says that calcium supplements can deplete even more calcium out of your bones. The pharmaceutical companies, they make all these drugs, then they've got another section. Guess what's in another section? Vitamins and minerals. And there's not a big stockpile of vegetables out in the backyard that they're making them from. They're in a form that your body can't access. Yes? Yeah, it doesn't help. Calcium hardens cement, it does not harden bones. But what it can do is harden your tissues. It can build up on your arteries, it can actually contribute to calcium deposits in your kidneys, in your gall bladder, even build up on the eyes. So where do we get that from? Dr. Robert Thompson states that the clearest indicator of a creator God is seawater, because it's the exact same mineral balance and proportion as is found in the body. You think about it. We cry seawater, we sweat seawater, we urinate out seawater. Every cell in the body is bathed in seawater. That's why a salt-free diet is quite crazy, actually. So I've got some more good news. You don't have to drink seawater. Do you know it says in the sailor's manual that if they're shipwrecked and they sip little bits of water every day, it'll keep them alive for a long time. But if they don't drink any water for 3 days and get very dehydrated and drink a whole glass full of seawater, that can throw an imbalance and they can go quite mad. So we don't need to drink seawater. All we need to do is get the whole salt, Celtic salt or Himalayan salt that has all of those minerals in it. Dr. Robert Thompson states that if you take a little crystal of salt in your mouth, give it a little chomp, drink your glass of water, you do that with every glass of water, that's 8 times a day. And what's a baked potato without salt? I'm asking you. Huh? And what's avocado and tomato on rye bread or spelt bread without salt? Our palate tells us we need salt. And in Matthew chapter 5 verse 13, the Bible says, "Ye are the salt of the earth. If the salt hath lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and trodden under foot of men." If the salt hath lost its savour, how does salt lose its savour? I'd like to suggest that the table salt has lost its savour because it's only 2 minerals. To truly support bone health, it's important to recognise that bones need more than just calcium. A balanced intake of various minerals is crucial. Magnesium and phosphorus, for example, play significant roles in bone formation and repair. Zinc is essential for bone mineralisation and immune function, which indirectly supports bone health. Minerals like boron and silicon are important for collagen production, which is the protein that gives bones their structure. Selenium and sulfur also help maintain bone strength by supporting antioxidants and connective tissues. Instead of just relying on calcium supplements, it's better to focus on a diet that includes a range of minerals. Foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains are great sources. Sea vegetables and mineral-rich salts like Celtic or Himalayan salt can also provide a wide range of essential nutrients. Throw your calcium supplements out, and the money that you usually use to buy calcium supplements, buy the Celtic salt. There's another place you'll find these minerals, and that is dark green leafy vegetables. Dark green leafy vegetables are phenomenally high in these minerals. That's all you need to. That's what bones need. Bones need these minerals. Bones need sun. Make sure you get some sun every day. But don't go and lie in the sun just after you've had a shower and washed yourself with soap, because you've washed all the oils away and you won't get vitamin D. Once you've had a shower and washed your body with soap, you need to wait 2 hours at least before the oil is formed on your skin, and then you'll get the vitamin D. And once you've been in the sun, don't go and have a hot shower and wash yourself with soap, because it takes 2 hours for the vitamin D to be formed. You don't need a lot of sun to get vitamin D, but you need to have exposure to the sun. You can overdo the sun, but the problem today is most people are underdoing the sun. It's not the enemy in the sky. It'll only burn you if you overdo it. There's a bit of common sense required here, is that right? So, to get strong bones, you need sun. You need to be having the whole salt and dark green leafy vegetables. And there is one food that's phenomenally high in calcium, and it's in with the other minerals, so it's in a good form, and that is sesame seed. And a great way to use sesame seed is as tahini. My kids used to love tahini and honey on toast. And Also, we make dressings, tahini, lemon juice, crushed garlic, salt, something like that. Tomorrow, when the brain's had a sleep, I can probably give you the recipe. But hummus and baba ganoush, a lot of Lebanese dishes use tahini. Also, chickpeas are also a good source. So these are foods that will help boost calcium. And dried figs. Dried figs are quite high. But what most people do, unfortunately, they take things that leach the calcium. So what are the leaches? What leaches calcium out of the body is high acid foods. So that's a high carbohydrate diet, high carb, high wheat, refined sugar, and caffeine. All your caffeine drinks, coffee, tea, Coke, all of those are calcium leaches. Vegetables play a crucial role in supporting bone health due to their rich array of essential nutrients. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are particularly beneficial. These vegetables are packed with vitamins and minerals that promote bone strength. Spinach, for instance, is an excellent source of calcium and vitamin K. Calcium is a fundamental building block of bone tissue, while vitamin K plays a vital role in calcium metabolism, ensuring it is properly utilized in the bones rather than being lost through the kidneys. Kale, another nutrient-dense green, offers a robust amount of calcium and also contains magnesium, which is important for bone density. Magnesium helps regulate calcium levels and supports the formation of bone mineral. Similarly, Swiss chard provides calcium and magnesium and is rich in vitamin K, which helps in bone mineralization. Broccoli is another vegetable that supports bone health. It contains a decent amount of calcium and vitamin K and also provides vitamin C, which is essential for collagen formation. Collagen is a protein that gives bones their strength and flexibility. The presence of vitamin C in broccoli supports the synthesis of collagen, further contributing to bone health. Other vegetables like Brussels sprouts and bok choy also offer benefits. Brussels sprouts contain calcium and vitamin K, and bok choy provides a good source of calcium and vitamin A. Both vitamins are necessary for maintaining bone strength and health. Now let's talk about milk. Milk, good question. Here's a glass of milk. And this glass of milk is high in calcium, but it's also high in animal protein. And animal protein is very dirty burning fuel. Only 58% is burnt as fuel. Do you know what that leaves? A 42% waste. And that's a high acid waste. It's a sulfur waste. And so what the body uses is it uses the most alkaline mineral, which is calcium, to negate the sulfur residue. Do you know how much calcium is left for the human body after a person drinks a glass of milk? None. Cows can access that calcium because they've got 5 stomachs. We've only got 1. And the countries in this world that are the highest dairy consumers have the highest incidence of osteoporosis. Where does the elephant get his calcium from for his huge bones? Where does the orangutan? The creatures in this planet with the biggest bones are vegetarians. They get it from grass. I've got some good news. You don't have to eat grass. You can eat broccoli and bok choy and all your dark green leafies. You don't lose your minerals when you cook them. You only lose the minerals when you cook if you throw the water away. I like to use waterless cooking. Put on a very low heat, get a heavy bottom pan, put a lid on, and it'll just cook gently in its own juice. without any water. You've got to keep it on a low heat. It'll take a little while. You can also do things in crock pots because that's a very low heat. You just got to take a bit more time to do it. So cow's milk is not going to give you calcium. Milk is often seen as a go-to source for calcium, but it's not as straightforward as it seems. While milk does contain calcium, the way our bodies handle it is a bit more complex. Animal proteins, including those in milk, create acid waste when they're digested. To counter this, the body uses calcium, an alkaline mineral, to neutralize the acid. Unfortunately, this means that rather than adding to our calcium reserves, drinking milk might actually deplete the calcium in our bones. In fact, studies have shown that countries with high dairy consumption often have higher rates of osteoporosis. This happens because the calcium in milk might not be as beneficial as we once thought. Instead of strengthening our bones, the calcium might be used up in balancing out the acidic byproducts of animal protein. On the other hand, plant-based sources of calcium like leafy greens, kale, spinach, almonds and seeds offer a more efficient way to maintain bone health without the added acidic load. These foods not only provide calcium, but also come with additional nutrients that are good for overall health. Now let's turn our attention to the most powerful way to boost bone healing, rebounding. Bone and muscle strengtheners is rebounding. Rebounding is the little trampoline. You see, strength comes by exercise, and strength comes by defying gravity. Defying gravity is the most powerful form of strength building exercise. I have a book by Albert Carter. It's called Rebounding, something about rebounding. And he was a trampolinist. He was a champion trampolinist. And he married and had 2 little children. And he used to do a trampoline show. He'd go around and his little 4-year-old girl and his, I don't know, little 8-year-old boy, they used to trampoline with him. And he noticed that if he held his daughter's feet, she could do 1-arm push-ups. And his little boy at school, he would do 1,000 push-ups. No kid couldn't come near him. And he thought, why are my kids so strong? It was the rebounding, the constant trampolining. You see, every time you jump, you're putting a little stressor on your body, and every time you put a stressor on your body, it keeps adapting and adjusting, adapting and adjusting. So he was intrigued as to why it was so powerful, and he came to NASA. And NASA, I think I mentioned the other day, NASA found that when their athletes came back from outer space, they'd lost so much muscle and bone strength because there's no gravity. And the only exercise they found that prepared them for no gravity and also it resumed their strength much quicker than any other was the rebounding. They also found that rebounding increased their G-force, which has increased their body's ability to withstand going into outer space. But Albert Carter, he wanted to know more. And this is what he found, that rebounding pulls together 3 laws or 3 teachers. One is defying gravity. So you look at children. As soon as they are able, I was watching my little 6-week-old grandson, and he's constantly pulling his head up. And then you put him on the floor. What are they doing? Pushing up, and then they push up to the point where they can crawl. And then what do they want to do next? They want to walk. And then when they're in their cot, what are they doing? Jumping. And if you've got a rebounder in your house and children visit, where do you think they're going to go straight away? The rebounder. Rebounding on a mini trampoline can be a surprisingly effective way to support bone health. When you bounce on the trampoline, your body experiences a unique set of forces that benefit your bones. Firstly, rebounding provides mechanical loading. This means the repeated impact of jumping sends vibrations through your bones. These vibrations stimulate the bone-forming cells called osteoblasts, which help build new bone tissue and strengthen existing bones. This process can help increase bone density and reduce the risk of osteoporosis. Secondly, rebounding is a type of weight-bearing exercise. Unlike some low-impact activities, rebounding involves vertical and horizontal forces that challenge your bones in different ways. This multi-directional stress encourages your bones to become denser and more resilient. Another benefit of rebounding is improved balance and coordination. As you bounce, you engage various muscles and improve your proprioception, the body's ability to sense its position and movement. Better balance and coordination can reduce the risk of falls and fractures, which is especially important for people with weaker bones. Studies have shown that regular rebounding can help enhance bone mineral density and overall bone strength. It's a fun and effective way to support bone health and is suitable for various fitness levels. By adding rebounding to your exercise routine, you can enjoy a playful yet scientifically backed method for keeping your bones strong. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this information on bone health and the benefits of these vegetables helpful. Incorporating these nutrient-rich options into your diet can make a big difference in maintaining strong and healthy bones. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on health and wellness. Feel free to share your thoughts or ask any questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Take care of your bones, stay healthy, and see you next time.